me certain things, you know, I be arguing with people. Like, I don't know what that means. Hi guys, I'm Green.
I'm Mark.
And this is the Need to Know. So guys, today we're having a wonderful episode. So this week's poll was about expressing your sexuality versus the talking stage. So of course the winner was the talking stage. So basically, you know, we're just gonna go through the talking stage, you know, how we've gone through it, and you know, some tips, some pros and some cons, of course. Then we're gonna get into our one read topic and then our shout outs. Okay, so what is the talking stage? Sorry. Okay, what is the talking stage?
Alright, the talking stage is pretty much that point in, I don't want to say a relationship, but it's that point where you first introduce yourself to somebody that you like or you feel, and y'all basically, like, y'all could flirt, y'all could talk about certain things if you want to open up to them. You don't have to, but it's basically like that pre-dating stage where, like, you're getting to know the other person.
How do you feel about being in the talking stage? Like, how does it make you feel? Do you think it's the same as, you know, you're dating, like most people say that you are? Like, that's really you're dating somebody until you be like, all right, this is official? Or is it like, you know, that's just really the talking stage?
I think it depends, because, like, some people think of the talking stage as like, oh, it's not really dating. That's why they feel comfortable talking to multiple people.
But when you date, you can talk to multiple people.
Well, yeah,
like, it's the same thing, you know. I feel like, because, like, the generation that we're in is just like, we consider it the talking stage, but in actuality, when you get older people will be like, oh no, this is who you're dating, you know. But it's okay to date multiple people. That's why I'm like, is it like we're still young in a sense, or like that's really what we're doing?
It's tricky, but to be honest, I think it's kind of like both. Because in our generation, like, talking to people, like, I can talk to most people if I want to, because technically I'm not, you know, specifically bound to just you. You know what I'm saying? Like, talking stage is just, oh yeah, I think you're cute, so I'm gonna flirt with you. But I think this other person's cute as well, so I'm gonna flirt with them. I think that cuts off once, like, you're like, okay, I like this person, I want to get to know them. Like, I'm cutting off everybody else because, you know, I want to eventually make this official with this one person. But the middle gray area is like, is very tricky, because everybody's mind is different when it comes to, like, relationships and dating and talking and all that.
So what do you consider you're doing?
Me right now? Me, I'm just talking. Like, I'm just talking to people. I'm not gonna lie, I am talking to multiple people. But it's nothing on, like, a serious, like, yo, let me take you on a date, like, let me spend money on you type thing. Like, we don't got time for that. It's just more about, like, oh yeah, I think you're cute, so I'm gonna flirt with you. And then obviously, if it gets further, then, you know, I'll take the different steps to that.
So is that what the talking stage is compared to dating then? Like, talking is like, all right, I just talk to these multiple people, and then, like, okay, well, I'm gonna talk to you and you, and I think you're cute, but I don't have the energy to take you out yet, or I don't think that I have the energy to take you out yet. It's, once I do that, now we're dating. Like, wow, okay, I see. Okay, guys, we getting somewhere. Okay, let's talk about some pros of, you know, dating. Well, the talking stage. Some pros are, you know, you don't have to answer to nobody. But, you know, people do catch feelings and be like, all right, well, I have to say to do that. But I still think, you know, depending on who you are, what type of person you are, you know, yeah, so I feel like that's a pro.
I'd say one pro is, I guess this goes kind of towards, like, you know, the older generation, like the generation that came before us versus now. We have the opportunity to get to know the person before we, like, actually go on a date and realize, like, yo, this person is mad wacky. With the talking stage, it's like, I'm getting to understand who you are, how you function. Versus, like, back then in their generation, it was like, all right, let me take you on a date. You get on a date and you find out, like, whoa, like, this person's mad. I already spent all my bread, like.
Right.
So.
What about, okay, I think another pro would be, you know, I feel like when you talk to somebody, you get to know, like you said, you get to know them, but it's like you really see, like, if that person is really giving you the energy, like, you know, it's not just about time, it's about if you're giving me energy, like, what type of vibe are you giving me, you know? You don't always get that, like, you can see it in person too, but it's like, if I could vibe with you, if I could have a conversation with you, like, through, like, okay, how are texting or on the phone or whatever, so now if I could vibe with you in person, now that's a extra pro. So, you know, I feel like, you know, but you know, some people aren't always like good at texting or on the phone. They want to see you in person, but even sometimes they're not good in person. So I'd be like, so then what are you here for? Like, I'd be mad confused. Like, so then why are we here?
A lot of people do have, like, a lot of people struggle with texting, but I feel like, in a sense, I feel the way you text is kind of how you are in person. Like, if I see, like, I had great vibes when you're cracking jokes, you sending, like, memes and all that, like, I can tell you're a funny person. At least, like, partially to who you are in person. Versus if you're just sending, like, one-word responses, you're not giving me energy, then it's like, I'm going into, say, for example, I want to date you and meet you in person, then it's like, I somewhat have a sense of you that, like, you're not going to be that, like, we're not going to vibe mostly. You're going to be that shy person who doesn't talk, or, like, you give me, like, answers that's, like, I don't know how to respond to. Like, you ever get a text and, like, you don't know how to respond to it, it's like, what?
I dead won't text you back, like, no funny, like, I would leave you on red, like, I don't know what you're saying. And then maybe I would come back to it later on, like, oh yeah, you know, I forgot to text you back, I thought I texted you. That's like a regular me, like, that's nah, but sometimes I dead thought I text you back though. So if I text you and I do that now, like, I dead thought I texted you back though, like. But if you would see that I don't like text you as often, or like I just be like mad dry, like, I'm not really interested in you, bro. Okay, so what's some cons? I think some cons are, you know, that I think vibes will also be a con too, because, you know, sometimes you don't get the vibe that you want, but again, that could be the person, and then again, it could just be like, maybe that's just not what you need. So
I think one con of the talking stage is, depending on the person, like Samir said earlier, like, people catch feelings, and that leads to, like, miscommunication. You gotta go watch the last episode. A lot of people tend to, like, you know, when you're talking to somebody and, like, they're flirting OD, and you like, oh shoot, I think she's feeling me, so then all of a sudden you start feeling them way too much, and then they're like, whoa, I was just flirting, and then it becomes a whole, like, imbalance, and then next you know, you're not even talking anymore, because people catch feelings way too fast. Like, the talking stage is not meant to catch feelings per se. It's just more about, like, all right, I'm gonna flirt with you, I'm gonna talk to you, but y'all have to have that common ground or that communication where you're like, all right, bet, I'm feeling you, you're feeling me, da da da. Then y'all could start catching feelings a little bit. But if they don't say anything and you don't say anything, then the talking stage is just simply just to flirt and talk.
I think the talking stage, like, a con that, like, people would, like, mix up would be, you know, if you were to involve sex. Because when you involve sex into something, like, again, it depends on the type of person that you are. Like, either you're like the person who's nonchalant and you just be like, all right, this is just what I want from you. Like, I could still vibe with you regardless of if we have sex or not. Or you could be like, oh, I'm gonna catch feelings because we had sex. Now, those are two very different things. Like, if you're gonna catch feelings, and if you know that you're gonna catch feelings when you have sex with somebody, then that means, you know, your emotional connection to somebody is just, it's higher than someone else's. Because if someone could be nonchalant about sex, that just means they have to feel your vibe more than they're feeling you sexually. It doesn't mean your sex is trash. It has nothing to do with that, you know? It just has to do with, like, that's the type of person they are, and that's what they want from you, regardless of, like, if you're vibing or not. I personally think sex, like, it doesn't complicate things, it just brings things to another level. Like, so it just so it can add stress or, like, relieve your stress, literally. So that's so it's just like, you know, you have to know, like, your own boundaries personally.
Like, if you know you can catch feelings easily through sex, I don't think you should have sex.
Just wait.
Well, I think that adds to another con. I think the talking stage is very misleading. Like, anybody could text you, like, and flirt. Like, flirting is not that hard to do. Like, you can even Google how to flirt or something.
I'm crying. Who is Googling how to flirt? Some people cannot flirt. They will watch videos and still can't flirt. Trust me.
Like, flirting is dumb easy. Literally, you could just send an emoji.
I'm crying. Yo, we was talking about this on my birthday, guys. So we were talking about what was it, the horoscopes, and it was like Libras, you know, they flirt. I'm a Libra, guys. So I was like, I don't flirt though. When I asked every one of my friends that was there, and they're all like, I flirt, and I'm just like, but I don't do it. I'm just like, I have a simple conversation with you. They be like, and you be doing that extra shit. I'm like, and what extra shit? I'm just having a conversation. Like, I don't understand what I'm doing. Like,
it wasn't that wrong. We were just like how, like what Serena does, we're used to it. Like we're accustomed. We know she's not perfect, but like some people would see it and be like, yo, you're OD. Like Serena tends to like give hugs, touch the leg, all that. Everybody's like, whoa, like. But we like, nah, she's
like
around. Like,
I do that. So. I feel like I do. I'm not gonna lie. I notice that sometimes like I'm touchy feely. Like but it's like it's not in a bad way, and I'm not like trying to come on to you. It's just that's just how I am. Like so people, I'm just like, damn, that's funny though. Like that's really funny. I was just like, wow, guys, you guys are really throwing me under the bus here. I feel like okay. So back to our pros and cons. I feel like 2 tips that I could give you would be, you know, try to be nonchalant. Don't think too hard about it. Just be like, okay, don't expect nothing. So, you know, going nonchalant, be like, you know, okay, I'm feeling this person, you know, they got a good vibe. And feel they vibe, feel like you have to feel they vibe. If you feel like, you know, they vibe is like touchy feely, be like no, because it's like you don't want to get like move to the next step with somebody that, you know, might drag you down, or they like, you know, maybe they're into a lot of stuff and you be like, damn. So, and even if it's good stuff or bad stuff, you know, it's just maybe it's too much for you to handle personally. So, you know, it has to be something that you guys are mutually able to like be like, okay, so we doing. The second thing I would be like, I personally think that, you know, sex is always great, but I just feel like, you know, don't add it to something that you don't know what the outcome is going to be. So if you're not nonchalant about the situation, then you're definitely not going to be nonchalant about having sex with that person.
Alright, so I'll do 2 tips. One, I would say, I know some females gonna bash me for this one, but go ahead and talk to multiple people. It's okay.
Crying.
Reason why I say this is because I feel when people talk to just one person, you start to feel like you're bound to them, like as in you're in a relationship with them, and then the other person might think otherwise. So don't feel like constricted to one person. Like talk to multiple people, see how everybody else is feeling. The whole point of the talking stage is to, you know, weigh your options. Like see who's gonna give you the best vibe, who's gonna give you the best energy, like where's the best sex gonna come from. Well, don't put that as a tip, but like that's basically what the talking stage is about. Like you're just weighing your options. And the second thing I would say is, I'd say communication. Like basically during the talking stage, like communicate how you're feeling. Like if you feel like you're catching feelings with somebody, you let them know. Because I think if you hide that you're catching feelings with them, your flirting is gonna become way too extreme. Like you're gonna go OD with it, and then the other person is like, okay, something's off, and then that could turn into not an argument per se, but like them pulling back. Like, okay, he's way too like sensitive, emotional, or he flirts way too much, so I'm gonna move on to the next person. Because you also have to remember when you're talking to somebody, they're not in a relationship with you, so they're probably talking to other people, and they're also weighing their options as well. So try to do the best you can with like communication. Like if you feel like you're catching feelings, let them know. If you feel like they're doing something wacky, you don't necessarily have to let them know about that. But like, just if you want to like communicate. And, yeah.
So now we're gonna get into our wonderful heated topics. Okay. So like I said, we're gonna do a bunch of heated topics from now on because I just be having mad stuff to post, guys. Like no funny, like I be finding mad stuff and I just be weak. So I be wanting to know what you guys want to think about. So the first one, this is what the person said. My best friend told me she called she called a nigga the wrong name during sex and he stopped. And this sick bitch said, I swear that's what we gonna name this baby, the way you playing it. So I was like, what do y'all guys think? I was like, she wildin' or you leaving her right there? It's the same thing, but if she really wildin', obviously like this bitch is crazy. Like, but you know.
Man, wow. I think I'll leave her right there. Like, nah, bro.
And you know what's funny? Let me tell you about. I was reading the post. So basically, the guy like believed it, and they kept fucking and shit. Like they talking or whatever. But it was not funny because I'm just like, this bitch is crazy. Like, how you just gonna call the nigga like? And that's where the whole talking stage come from, you know? Like, you fucking mad people, like, I'm crying. And you gonna I'm like, this is why you don't say nobody name. You just be like, you just don't talk. Like, People think I'm weird, you know, I'm just mad, like, the fuck am I talking for? The fuck? Like, I never understood that, like, why am I talking? Okay, a side or two, cool, you know, but it's not that deep. It's not that deep.
Go
like,
on, but
it's not like, oh, why am I talking? Why are we having a full-blown conversation? Like, that's not weird. So, yeah, so 55 people said, fuck out of here, she wilding, and the other 5 said they leaving her right there. Cause they crazy, like, that's what we... I just thought she was wilding. I was like, what the fuck is wrong with this bitch? Like, why the fuck did she think, like... Don't say nobody. This is like, don't say nobody name. Even if you a guy, just don't say nobody. Like, don't say nobody name. Okay, so I'm gonna give that shout out to, her name is Spanish. Don't ask me, I don't know what this is. So I'm gonna put it on the screen, but it's Spanish something. The next one is, it's a picture. We're gonna have it up for you. And basically, it's 2 girls and a guy, and they're like doing stuff. And then it says, that's how you say polygamy? Polygamy? So it says, would you try a polygamy relationship? I would. I think that would be fun. So it's either why, they was like, you know, why not? Or I'm not about that. Like,
I forgot what it was.
Would you try polygamy?
Like dating multiple people?
Yeah. Well, no, you have, it's 2, well, okay, it could be 2 girls and a guy or 2 guys and a girl, depending on, you know, your lifestyle, but.
Oh, okay. I think I would try it, but I wouldn't like be for it.
I'm crying.
If that makes sense.
I understand, but why not?
I don't know. I think the type of person I am, like I get jealous because at some point in time, like if it's 2 guys and a girl, like eventually he's gonna do something that I'm not doing. Like if me and a girl get in an argument about some dumb shit, and then she goes to him, like I'm gonna be like, I don't know.
Crying.
Like at some point in time, I'm gonna get jealous.
So 5 people said why not, and 6 people said I'm not about that way. So I'm gonna give it to _. That's, you know, on the screen for you guys. How do you feel about your significant other being friends with an ex? Boom, there you go. It's either that's a dub or I don't see the problem with it.
That one is a little tough because I've been in situations where both, like my ex now, but she was like messing with her ex, and I also have an ex who was friends with the ex the whole time and nothing happened. So it's a little tough. I kind of don't see the problem with it to a certain extent. Like, matter of fact, it depends on how they broke up. Like, if it was on some, like, oh yeah, you know, we're just not right for each other right now, and then she's going out with me and she's still friends with him, that's a dub. If it's more like, yeah, he cheated on me like 3 times with like 3 different girls or something, then it's like, alright, I don't. Nah, that'd be tough. Like, why are you still friends with them? Oh, yeah, you know what? That's a dub. I think
I'm crying. Me personally, I don't care. That's how I feel.
That's how I feel about it though. It's like, why are you still friends with your ex? But then again, it's like, I got in a relationship because I trust you to not do anything with them. So I'm 50-50 on both sides.
So 10 people said that's a dub, and 1 person said I don't see the problem. So I'm gonna give the shout out to, his name is lowkey_Wallow. Okay, do you believe in love at first sight? Either depends or that's fairy tale shit.
Nah, that's fairy tale.
I'm crying. I think it's fairy tale shit.
I think you could like somebody at first sight.
Oh, weak.
That's whole. I don't know. I think to love somebody, like you have to know who they are. I can't just love a stranger. Like I have to understand where you come from, who you are, like how I vibe with you. I can't just love you as soon as I see you. Like, that's not. I could like you. I could think you're cute at first. Like love you. Like whoa.
So we're gonna give it to _Dawn.Kelsey_. We had on the show, guys, before. That was season 3. Yo, that was season 3 or 4.
I think it was 4.
I think it was 4.
I think it was 4.
Well, you know, yeah, just go look for the episode. It says with Dawn Kelsey. So it's either 3 or 4, guys, but I think it's 4. I think it's 4. Do you still care about your first love?
Yeah, of course. I mean, I think everybody's gonna care about their first love. Like that's the person that like you was first introduced into love with. Like no matter what, like you make the decision to love, like fall in love with that person. So I think your first love will always be. Not saying you're gonna go back to them always. Like that's not the case, but you're always gonna have a sense of care for them.
I think that, you know, it does can still care about them, but I don't think you have to love them. Because, for example, with me, like I'm legit still friends with that person, and that's the only ex that I'm still friends with actually. And then, because again, if anybody, like, we've always had a friendship regardless of like anything else. I've grown as a person to be like, you know, well, this is not what we're ever gonna do again, so we could coexist in the same world and be friends. So, you know, I still care, but that doesn't mean I still like wanna be with him or love him like that. 8 people said, of course, and then 5 said, fuck him or her. So I'm gonna give it to, okay, underscore is Daniela. I'm gonna write it for you guys. So the last one is, I reposted the question was, how do you feel about your significant other still being friends with their ex? And you know, then I posted a question under it and said, are you still friends with an ex?
Me, yeah. I'm still cool with, not all of my exes, obviously,
but an ex, any ex. And this is what was the contradiction here, because you see, I always do that to you guys. I always do that to you guys.
Wow.
I do this to you guys all the time, and I have to see, like, the numbers don't ever add up, because they're like, it's a dub, and most of you, everybody said it's a dub, but 50% of you guys said that you guys still talk to your ex.
That's why, like, earlier I was like, yo, I'm 50-50 on it, but like, I'm still cool with some of my exes. Some of them I don't talk to anymore, but I don't know. You know what? I think it depends on the relationship you have.
The situation.
Yeah, like if it was like a breakup because, like, let's say she moved far and y'all couldn't be together no more, I think y'all still cool with each other. But if it was on something like, yo, she shot your mom's in the throat or something, like, clearly you're not gonna be friends with her.
So I'm gonna give it to underscore Kirshma. That's her name. So for voting for the poll, it was self-spoken LAU. I don't really know how to say that. If it's just LAU, so I'm just gonna say LAU. Make sure you do, you know, comments. If you want to answer any of the questions that we had. On my page, it is on the highlights, it does have one that says heated topics, so you can still vote or comment on any one of them. Also, it's on the show page too, so make sure you look at that too. So like I said, I did post something on my page about, you know, we're gonna give you guys an update for, you know, this is season 5, guys. You know, we're doing big things. So we do have something we were talking about when it came to a photo shoot in regards to our 2-year anniversary. So we want to bring back some people that we had on the show for the photo shoot. So if you are interested and you're watching and you've been on the show before, please hit us up, let us know. We'll also make a post. Also, in regards to season 6, we are going to take a longer break. Instead of a month, we're gonna take 4 months, and we're gonna start back in the springtime. So maybe around like April, May, we'll have season 6. We're only doing that because the break that we did take from the show was a busy break. You know, we had the showcase, and it's just like, it was really stressful, and it's, you know, I think that we deserve to just have a break where, you know, we just don't really have much going on. Our seasonal break will be a lot longer. We will continue to post for you guys, and of course we're gonna do, I feel like we will do the season 2 as an episode as well. Season 2, Jesus. The 1-year anniversary as a show too. So we'll just have a lot more people than, you know, just 1 or 2 guests. Other than that, guys, that's all my updates. So
until next episode, you guys can follow me at _wewant.moore on Instagram and Twitter, and wewant.moore on Snapchat.
Make sure you follow Wonderful Show's page on social media. It's tntkshow on Instagram, Snapchat, and Twitter. And of course, you can follow me on social media. My Instagram is _fuckroses with a V, not a U, and my Snapchat and my Twitter is fuckroses with a V, not a U. As always, guys, make sure you like, you comment, you share, subscribe. Bye, guys.